learning, the positive and negative side effects of it, and how much it impacts us as students. This speech today is brought to you by myself, Katie Gladding. Before I even started writing my layout for my speech or preparing it, I got in contact with my classmates by sending out polls to them. I also went out of my way a little bit and got in contact with teachers, parents, and students. All of them were pretty frustrated, and I did not receive very positive feedback. The teachers were complaining that her students weren't fully comprehending the subjects and that she wasn't getting work returned for a majority of them. The parents were complaining because they had to get home from a long workday and have to try and teach their kids stuff that they didn't even fully comprehend. And then lastly, the students were complaining because they also didn't understand stuff, but they were also unmotivated, not focused, and they were just trying to get their work done to get it out of the way. Now, when I went to my polls, I kind of expected the same type of negativity, but I surprisingly didn't get that much negativity. I asked the people inside my polls how much they liked virtual learning. 50% of them said that they did, and 50% of them said no, not really. Then the next question was, how much did virtual learning help you? 70% actually said yes, it helped them. The other 30% said not so much. This interested me, and I scrolled down a little bit and read some answers to try and get an idea as to why. The 70% most likely said why, from what I saw, is because they have busy lives. They either have families or kids they need to take care of, or they have jobs. Much like myself, I have 2 jobs, and I wouldn't be able to be earning my degree right now if it wasn't for the fact that I have virtual learning there to help me. The other 30%, after reading a few comments, I saw that they were visual learners, and they were complaining that they couldn't fully understand everything that was in front of them on a screen and grasp the concept fully. This didn't surprise me as much because when I was talking to other people, they also said that they were visual learners and they couldn't comprehend stuff through online learning. This makes a lot of sense though, because visual learners, in order to learn, need to see visuals. When it comes to online learning, it's a lot of reading, writing, quizzing, and testing. It takes a certain type of person to be able to do online learning. While learning about visual learning, I also learned that there's 65% of the world's population. That 65% of the world's population is a big part of the population. Now, we get a lot of negative feedback from online learning, but if 65% of the population is visual learners, we can fully comprehend why. Recent studies, on the other hand, show that younger kids actually struggle more with learning online than even visual learners. The younger kids have such short attention spans that they can't be at a computer all day, which makes complete sense. And then on top of that, those younger kids aren't gaining the social skills that they need to be able to live life. They're not learning how to socialize with their peers at a young age, along with other adults. The next question I asked my peers was, do they think that in-seat learning is better and that students learn more compared to online learning? And surprisingly, all of them answered yes. They all majority backed up their answer though with, but every person's different. So even though they all agree that in-person learning is better than online, some people can learn online way better than others. Same with in-seat. Some may learn better in-seat than others. I personally learn perfectly fine online. It does not bother me. Others, on the other hand, can. The next thing I want to discuss is that because of COVID-19, a lot of us got pushed online, and some of us were okay with it. I personally planned on doing a lot of my classes online anyway, but the other half, well, as I said before, they can't really learn online, so this wasn't good for them, and they got pushed online anyway, which is better than not being able to do school at all, but they're still not fully comprehending, and it can be very stressful. A way to make this better, though, until we can all go back into class, is I feel that high schools and other schools need to truly start working on online learning. My 2 younger siblings, when they first started online last year when COVID-19 first struck, the schools were only offering 1 laptop per household. And I bet you that's probably lucky for us. There was only 3 of us, and 1 laptop, that's still a lot of arguing, and depending on who gets the laptop. I can't imagine living in a household with more than that and only having 1 laptop. And I don't know how kids get their work done. There's a lot of other schools though that are unfortunately very unfunded, and they don't even have laptops to give out. The schools that my little sisters go to aren't even offering paperwork to give out to students instead of online learning, which is very unfortunate because some kids learn better on paper than they do on screen. I know that I personally, when I get offered a textbook for a class compared to a textbook online, I will take it. Hopefully the schools will get better and understand how to do this more. COVID-19 unfortunately isn't going away anytime soon. It's been here for almost a year. There's a lot of things that the government and everybody in general need to learn how to do better. Hopefully we can all figure this out and so we can eventually start learning a little bit better. Because those of us who can't learn through a screen can hopefully start learning a little bit better by having visuals in front of us. Although online learning isn't good for everybody, online learning isn't completely negative. It just unfortunately, some people aren't prepared enough for it. The teachers that we're learning from all weren't planning on teaching through a screen. So we all gotta kind of be a little bit patient with each other and hopefully understand everybody's different circumstances.